The biggest thing is I think agents are chasing money versus chasing the relationship. It's a long-term game. It's a contact sport. So we have to get out there and talk to people. But the priority is always building those relationships first and allowing the people that you meet to want to work with you. I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Hi, I'm Tim, real estate agent, veteran, and author of The Freedom Agent. You're listening to the Freedom Agent podcast, where we help agents stop being the bottleneck in their business. Through conversations, stories, and real strategies, we'll show you how to scale smarter and finally take back your time.
All right, welcome everybody here to the Freedom Agent podcast. Today, I'm super excited to introduce you Silas Bacha over there in El Paso, Texas. He's a prior military guy in the Air Force, just like me. So we're part of the crew there. He's been in for 12 plus years now. Is that right?
Yeah, I've been in 12 years in real estate, and I was 9 years in the Air Force.
Ah, nice, man. Nice. And a loggy, I believe, right?
So
So you're out in El Paso. You're a market producer out there. You've got a strong local presence. And we're really excited to kind of hear your story moving forward. So what I'd like you to do is just kind of go walk me through how you got into real estate and the moment everything really started clicking for you.
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, I mean, as you mentioned, I was in the Air Force for 9 years in logistics, and I figured when I got out of the Air Force, to be honest, I was working as a contractor on the base, and I figured if I'm going to be working contracts and allowing people to kind of dictate that, then I was like, why not do my own thing? And so real estate had always been on my mind, even before the Air Force. So I figured now or never. And so jumped in, and here we are.
All right. Are you originally from the area, or were you stationed there and stayed there?
No, so I was born and raised in El Paso, and then I came back after the Air Force.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So tell me, in your business, when did everything really start clicking for you? Kind of go through that and let me know when you hit that momentum, what that was like.
Yeah. I mean, I think we hit the ground running pretty fast. I mean, we understood that just like with logistics and being, like you said earlier, being part of a system that was bigger than us. I just really implemented that and started to really test out the market over a couple of years. I think around year 5 or 6 is when it really started like, okay, this is, as long as we put a system in place and we kind of roll with it and keep true to it and trust it, and everything just started rolling from there.
Okay. What sort of system did you employ that brought you your success?
One of the things that I learned early on in the Air Force was building rapport with people. And so I just kind of utilized that skill set and just started building relationships with a lot of people over a long period of time. So I wasn't looking to do sales today. I was looking for future business and building relationships with people first. And so that kind of compounded over the course of a few years.
Okay. So you would go out and go to social events, or where were you finding your people?
Yeah,
what was your core prospecting?
Yeah, so I'm a fan of coffee and running. So for me, it was run clubs, coffee shops. I ended up being really good friends with a couple of the coffee shop people who, just kind of expanded my business. And then just being out there, talking to different people, meeting different people, all walks of life, Yeah. And so that just kind of helped me build that network that I needed.
That's awesome, man. Well, cool. All right, then my next question then for you is, what are the 2 to 3 systems or decisions that made the biggest difference in your business?
Nice. Okay. Good question.
I got
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is surrounding yourself. Well, one of those things is surrounding yourself with people that are like-minded. I mean, obviously, if you don't, I mean, you're going to kind of find yourself strained. And I did find myself strained a lot of times because I would get distracted with doing this or doing that had no value in building the relationships or building my business. One of the systems that I also implement is constant follow-up. I mean, I don't try to overdo it. I think a lot, there's agents out there that do 20, 100 calls. I'm doing 5 to 10 a day, and that's it. And I feel like that compound over time is going to build up, and it has built up.
So it's that consistency. That consistency was one of the biggest systems that you had, and the discipline that you were able to transfer from your service, right, is the big thing that helped. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably know as well. I mean, it's just kind of one of those things where you kind of go through the grind and you just make it happen over and over and over, and it just
Right.
gets it right. You know?
All right. So tell me, what's the one thing most agents get wrong that you figured out?
Uh-oh. For me, the biggest thing is I think agents are chasing money versus chasing the relationship. It's a long-term game, in my opinion. It's a contact sport, right? So we have to get out there and talk to people. But the priority is always building those relationships first and allowing the people that you meet to want to work with you. I mean, that's the biggest thing.
So describe to me your most ideal relationship. What does that look like?
That's a good question. I mean, the ideal relationship for me is someone ultimately that's looking at me as a friend first versus a real estate agent.
Okay.
Somebody that says, "Hey, you want to go to breakfast? You want to get a coffee?" And we have a conversation about anything else outside of real estate. Real estate is a compound effect of that, and so I just kind of feel like that kind of person I already know build trust because they're wanting to spend time with me outside of out of some kind of transaction real estate wise.
And most people will do business with people that they feel like they know, like, and trust, right? That's what we've
Absolutely,
been trained over the industry.
yeah.
So that's what you're trying to establish as you start the relationship. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah, and I
Okay.
and I just take it back to Air Force days. I mean, we have to build relationships within, right? Because
Yeah.
it's about, connecting with different workplaces. And so I just kind of translated that over to real estate.
Okay. So for people that are listening on here, what are some of the things that you do in order to start the relationship to make it feel like you're not just talking about business. It's not just about you. It's about building a relationship together. What are some of the things that you say to yourself to initiate? What are your goals in your first interaction with somebody?
Yeah. My first goal is really just to get to know who they are. I mean, I usually start with like, "Hey, how are you doing?" I'll give you an example. If I'm at a coffee shop and, somebody's sitting next to me, I'm always friendly and say, "Hi, how are you?" Stuff like that. I've met a lot of friends and have a lot of friends now just from that one conversation. And it's not about me, it's about them, and I just kind of let them open up.
Yeah, so you let them talk more than you talk, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I
All
want to
right.
get to know people, and if they want to get to know me, obviously they can ask those questions back. But
Well, that's perfect. Yeah. So I know I've heard in a lot of masterminds and trainings and things like that, that, you have one mouth and two ears, for a reason.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
people.
people love to hear themselves talk a lot of the times too. So you just sit there and listen to them, they'll love you versus trying to tell them a story. Yeah.
And I was just gonna say that too. Yeah, like when I was with the nonprofit that was helping veterans and military, they didn't even know I was a real estate agent for like 2 years. And as soon as they found out, they're like, "Oh man, we're buying everything with you," and it just opened up a whole door. So
All right, man. Well, no, this is amazing.
Quick break. If you're a high producing real estate agent who's already figured out the money part but keeps losing ground on your time and your health, that's exactly who the Freedom Agent was built for. We're a coaching and VA connection platform specifically for agents who are ready to run the same business in half the hours. Whether that means building the right virtual team, the right systems, or just finally getting somebody in your corner who's done it, we've got you. Check us out at freedomagent.net. All right, back to it.
All right. Well, let's get back into the interview here. I've got one of the harder questions coming up for you. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I warmed you up. What what's the part of this business that wears on you the most?
Oh wow. I think the biggest thing for me is your reputation. And I feel like in the business, it kind of has a bad rap at times. And so you're kind of almost forced to be associated with that. And that's kind of one of the things that just kind of weighs on my head because I like to think of my business as being integral. And so when everything around it and everything's sort of like put in one box as far as like real estate agents, you kind of almost
Mhm.
forced into that world.
So what do you do to combat that? How are you handling that?
Well, it took me a while to kind of figure that out because I wanted to separate myself. And so ultimately, it just came down to understanding that the people that I work with in my network is going to see me as a trusted person first. And I can't really hear the noise on the outside. So I just had to put that in my own brain.
So you just really concentrate on your business and try to stay away from the noise. Is that right?
100%.
Okay, that was a really good answer. If you disappeared for 2 weeks,
Uh-oh.
what would break in your business?
What would break in my business?
Yeah.
I would say right now the only thing that would break is probably the consistency. Because if I'm not the one making the calls, then all that kind of goes away. As far as like admin and all that stuff is covered, but the consistency would definitely break.
Tell me about the system that you have with your admin. What sort of admin do you have currently?
So right now I have a transaction coordinator, and then I have a showing agent. So with the transaction coordinator, she takes care of all the paperwork. She takes care of scheduling, all that stuff, right? Talking to the clients. She's licensed as well, so it's easy for her to just kind of jump in. As far as the
Nice.
buyer's agent, I mean, they go and do the showings, but without me making the calls, right, or connecting with people, then there's really no business to come in.
So for that showing agent, buyer's agent, is that part of your team or just somebody that you partnered with?
It is part of my team, but we do it more on a referral base, and so it's kind of like they kind of fill the gaps where I can't do it if I'm out of town, if I'm coaching a track club at the moment, whatever that case may be at the time.
Great. So for that, what is your compensation model for them? Do you pay them per door? Do you split the commission or something else?
I do pay them. I pay one per door because that's how she wants to get paid. She doesn't want to kind of be involved. She just wants to show. The other one does get paid a split, and that's more on a referral base. So they just go do the showings, all that, and then we take care of everything else. So we go
Oh,
from them handing it off to us after showings to we writing up the contract.
so that's only when you're out of town, or do you use this when you're in town too, when you're
I
busy?
use it when I'm in town, especially like if I have, my kids' events and track meets and stuff like that, then definitely they're utilized a lot more heavily.
Now that's fantastic. I absolutely love that. That's actually one of the things that we do in our systems here too for the Freedom Agent is that we leverage other agents to do and rent them, as I like to
Yeah.
say, per door. And tell me your experience with that. What has that done for you?
Yeah. I mean, I'll go back a little bit. I mean, as far as like with the Air Force, I mean, you just got really used to delegating. So for me, that's easy to be like push, push, push. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's freed up so much of my time that there was in the beginning, I was like, well, what do I do with myself? But now it was like, okay, now I can connect with more people. So my whole mission is to connect with people and build relationships. Their whole thing is show the houses, take care of the admin stuff.
Awesome. Now, how do you, because there's people that are listening out there and they're going to be like, well, I build rapport with them when I go to the house. I got to be in the car with them. I've got to show every home. What are your thoughts on that? Because clearly it's working for you. What are your thoughts on that to be able to continue to keep the relationship going, even though you're not the one showing the homes?
The biggest thing is that I let them know up front, like, hey, if I'm not available, this person's gonna go and show you the houses, but I'm still gonna be at a phone call away. So what I do is right after the showing, I'll message you. I'm like, hey, how did it go? What did you think? Even though my agent might already have briefed me, they still want to have that connection with them so that they know I'm still involved.
All right. So yeah, that's great. But we do the same thing on our side too. It's always it's always like, hey, as long as you brief them up front in a buyer's consultation or whatever that you're using, then
Yeah,
typically that's the expectation. Hey, you're going to get a text from me prior to showing just to verify who's going to show and how to contact them. We're also going to have a phone conversation after, almost as if you were standing in the room. And for us, and I imagine for you, it has the same effectiveness if you're not driving all around town. And
yeah,
it allows you to leverage so much more.
for sure. And I feel like they're still very grateful about it because they were like, hey, your agent was awesome. Thank you for letting us see the house. This is what we think, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm still very much involved.
Okay, we'll move on to the next piece. If you could give one piece of advice to an agent, saying doing maybe 3 to 6 million worth of volume and trying to grow right now, what would that be?
The biggest thing is stay consistent, and then stay patient for sure. I mean, I believe in that. Patience is key. I think if you rush it, things start to unravel. Um, and just keep, kind of think long term, 3 to 5 years. That's where you should be thinking about the business.
Love it. Okay, so if somebody's got a referral or wants to contact you, what's the best way that they can reach you?
Yeah, thanks. They can reach me at my phone number, 915-497-3398, or my email, Silas Bacha, re@gmail.com. And we're always available. So,
Man. Hey, I really want to say thank you so much for being here on our show here today. I really do love just getting back to the basics, the consistency. It's not a lot, right? It's 5 to 10 phone calls a day, but it compounds and it makes a huge difference. To be able to become icon in the EXP sphere, like that's huge, and it's just such a small thing that you do every single day. Just back to the basics. I love it. It doesn't have to be that difficult. The part where you were talking about the buyer's agent, how you leverage your time to be able to live your life that way, that is so key. I absolutely love it. I think a lot of listeners here are going to hear that and go, okay, this is something
yeah.
that I can implement in my business. So that was awesome. And I also want to let everybody know that who's listening on here, if you want a deeper dive into the systems that we were talking about with buyer's agents and everything else, we do have the Freedom Agent book that you can check out on Amazon. It's also on Audible. You guys can go ahead and check that out. Or head to freedomagent.net. There's always a live webinar per week that you guys can jump on for that. So I will say that this podcast exists because someone needs to start saying out loud, which most agents already know, but haven't let themselves admit it yet. So they've earned the right to stop proving it. Go live your life and be the best agent that you can be and enjoy what you do. All right, man. Well, thank you so much. I do appreciate the time. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I will get my team and we'll get all the stuff that we put in today once it's all set. Expect like a couple of weeks, but maybe a week or two, actually. We're not that backlogged up. We'll go ahead and get this to you so you can share it on social. We'll tag you. You're
Okay.
on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm
Instagram
on Facebook. I'm on both.
So we'll tag you in that. We'll send that out so that you guys can use that. But it should be good to go. And man, I do appreciate you and keep rocking and rolling. I love seeing success.
No, thank you. I appreciate your time and inviting me.
Got any questions for me?
No, that's it. I'm gonna go check out freedomagent.net and see what it's about. So
Yeah, jump on there, man. Yeah, if you got anything else, reach out. I'm always happy to help. And man, enjoy your day. Go build some awesome relationships.
Thank you, man. You too.
All right, buddy.
All right, so have a good one.
We appreciate you being here for this episode of the Freedom Agent Podcast. If you're serious about scaling your business without working nonstop, check out the free resources, the webinar, and the Freedom Agent book below. We'll see you in our next episode.